Our content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It is very important to do your own research analysis before making any investment based on your personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you find on our website or podcast and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise.
More money, more money, more money.
What's up, my future 1%ers? This is Marathon Money, brought to you by Wincrease.com. I'm Cam Jones, Prince of the Stock Market. I'm here with my boy, Kenny Coins. What's up?
What up, man? How's everything going? It's Father's Day weekend, man. Shout out to all the fathers out there.
Shout out to the fathers, man. Hopefully,
Extra.
Yeah,
I got like 5 kids. Nah, man, kids are a good thing.
Hopefully the father's been listening to us for a long time and caught this super uptick in the stock market within the past about 2 weeks, man. It's been crazy. Even though the market was down a little bit on Friday, I mean, overall, these past 2 weeks have been crazy. Like, my account,
It's been good, man.
my account just been doing a moonwalk, man. I'm like, man.
Like Twitter, I was telling somebody at work that, man, he said he was finally jumping into Twitter because he feel like it's going back to the IPO price, which was like what, $65, $70. I don't know the exact number, but he was talking about it, and I was like, man, dude, I've been in Twitter since $13. And he said, dang, you must have been sitting on it for at least 2 years because it didn't start moving until the end of last year, which is true. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, so like Teladoc, that's something that's been constantly moving up. And, you know, Square, you know, Zillow, all those companies that we own, they're just finally, they're exploding. Like,
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, especially Teladoc. Like, man, I'm like, yo, when is this thing gonna stop? Like, I want to buy some more, but I don't want to buy it. I don't like
And,
buying stuff when it's super high, man. You know, when it keeps
I
going
don't
up.
either, man. I don't either. You're right. I don't like buying stuff when it's like extremely high.
Right. So I start, when things like this start to happen, like with Square, Zillow, Teladoc stuff, I usually start to look at different stocks where I feel like, okay, what's the next thing? Because I kind of feel like, you know, even though they keep going up, it's just something inside of me that says, like, man, I've been buying this thing since, you know, $9-10. I don't feel like buying it at 60. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, me either. I'm the same way. I don't feel like buying it at 60.
But other people, you know, that if they haven't been in, I still think they have room to grow. It's just, I don't know, it's just one of those psychological things where, you know, I just don't feel like buying it that high when I was buying it so low before. But, you know, there's other opportunities out there. But for this coming week, man, I really can't call it. I feel like there should be a pause in the market because it really flew up these past 2 weeks. But you never know, man. I honestly don't know really what's going to happen. I would like for there to be some type of pause or a little pullback. So, you know, people like us or just anybody can get some nice sales. That's some of those Toys R Us sales that's going on, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a little pullback or not. But, you know, as long as we keep making that marathon money, everything is still all good. You know, you can't complain. You just got to make sure that you recognize these companies early and get in before they explode.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I know Cam wanted to talk about the best stocks that we personally think that are gonna be good and later in the future or the near future. That's under 25.
Yeah, under $25. So that's another thing, man. We trying to identify some of these companies that that could have explosive growth, but you getting in early. That's what we try to do.
And then here's the truth: we do like have them. We usually don't say nothing, man. The reason why, because anything that's under $20, man, is still risky. You know what I mean? It's a risky venture because honestly, to tell you the truth, like a lot of companies under $20, they're not really established. You know, they're established, but they're not really like, you know what I mean? They're still trying to build themselves up. They're still coming up, you know. Companies that made their way down to 25 after being around so long, they're more established, but you can tell they're having trouble, you know.
Right, yeah. And then what's the rule of thumb for penny stocks? You know, under $10 is considered a penny stock or something like that.
No, I think it's under like it's under 5, but once it goes under $1, they have like a 150-day to 200-day warning to figure out what they need to do.
Right. And
It's something like that.
That's one thing we don't want to do on here is promote a lot of penny stocks because it's super risky. Even though I've gotten into them before, I'm still in some of them. Actually,
yeah, just because we can't get out.
Yeah. Actually, you know, I think one of mine that I'm going to talk about today for under 25 is probably considered a penny stock. Is like $3 or some cents. But you know, this is just some things for everybody to look at. So man, let's hop right into it, man. So
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna start off with the one that I was saying might be a penny stock, and that is MTBC, Medical Transcription Billing. Now, what they do is they basically try to streamline the medical billing process, and they've been kind of stuck in between this $3.20 to $5 area, somewhere around there. Now, I do own that one. I bought it at like $2 and something, but it hasn't been doing anything for about the past close to a year. Just been sitting at the same price. So, but
we actually made a little money on it, actually, man, because we bought it cheaper than what it's at right now.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is right now it's not moving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it has been
it's
moving
not
for
doing
a while.
anything. But
Yeah.
but I do think that is something that something to watch if they could pull it off, like streamlining the billing process for the medical sector. They still early. What's the market cap right here? Market cap is only $38 million. That's basically free. So I see nothing really but upside, but you might have to wait and do your due diligence and research it for yourself. But I'm saying that might be one that you want to look at. It's $3.27 right there.
MTBC. Yeah, we've been in it for a while. We got it maybe $1, maybe $1.10 earlier. Maybe it was like $2 something. That's when we got in. I don't exactly remember, but I've been sitting on mine for a while.
I've been sitting on mine for a while, like maybe close to the 2 years or something. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has been a long time. But I honestly tell you the truth, these were the stuff I was trying to tell you. It's that you read about the company, you look at the financial report, we look at the charts. You know what I mean? It's just a waiting game.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's gonna really happen once you buy the stock. You're in. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're in. You can't take it back. Only way you take it back if you sell. Either you take a profit or you take a loss. That's it, at that point. And to me, we're already up $1. You know what I mean? We might as well, might as well see what happens. Because it could easily go up to 11, 12, $13 easily. That is doable in the next future. Medical billing is huge.
Yeah, and
It's huge.
if you look
It's
right,
not something that is a small task. It's huge. It's there. You'll never there'll be nothing in the world that would probably take on that big of a task that will fully complete it. To this company's, if they do get huge, they're probably gonna cover about 2-3%. But 2-3% is enough to make you a multi-billion-dollar
yeah,
company.
yeah, we talk about a $38 million company. That's very small. You know, they have some
Yeah,
room to grow right here.
yeah, they got an extreme amount of room to grow. Definitely in the medical field, it's just the more people that are in the world, the more this company is gonna be needed. So I said earlier, man, try to like envision when you buy something or when you're looking at something, what is it doing for the world? What is it accomplishing? Is it creating a service? That's very key to look at. And then you're gonna buy things that you thought that could be that, and then it very much well could be, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make money. At it's a double-sided coin. But at least it puts you in the path to picking better stocks.
Right, right. So let's move on to one, man. So another one that I like, it's a little bit over $25, but I think it's worth mentioning. It's called IGT, International Gaming Technology. It's at $26.39. I don't own this. I used to own it at I had it at about 16 or 17. This might have been like 2014, 2015, something like that. Um, but and then I ended up selling it somewhere around like 22 because it really wasn't doing anything. But with it's basically a gambling company. They provide gambling services like for the lottery, electronic games, and casinos and things like that. And with sports betting and gambling becoming legal everywhere, I think this is one of those ones that could jump up. Like I said, it's $26.39. But if you think about it, man, Americans love three things. They love smoking, drinking, and gambling. And, said you can't really go wrong. There's always going to be a market for those three things. And you could even throw, if you want to, you can even throw porn in there. But there's no porn stocks out there. But if there was a porn stock, I'd probably throw all my money at it because that's probably.
Oh yeah, that would be a boom. That would be a tremendous amount of boom. And what was this ticker symbol?
IGT. And they have a dividend 3%. I probably should have stayed in it, but that was in my impatient days, man. So, but it was all good.
Yeah, anything that has a dividend in it is a good company, man. Tell you that right now.
And
they're on the way to being a decent company. Definitely if they're handing out dividends.
And their market cap is $5.3 billion. That's the other thing I want to bring up is it's not really all about the price. It's something about market cap also. The price just has to do with like how many shares outstanding they have available. But if you let's give an example. If you take something like Teladoc, right? Teladoc is only a $3 billion company, but they are $60. And imagine if Teladoc is only in the United States. Imagine if they expanded that platform worldwide. That thing could easily be almost a $400 stock. So sometimes it's not really all about price, but I get it. Some people, they see the price, and that's what they want to go by. So we'll do the price way for today.
Yeah. So one of mine is called KEM. Kemet Corporation. So basically, pretty much, they're really a good company, man. They're solid. Their growth been tremendous. They're a little bit, it's $25.29. I got into it when I at $17. I think they're a phenomenal company, and what they really do is, they're in the sub area. One of the largest pictures. I'm pretty surprised, like, they're not in the $50 park range, but but they're a pretty good, solid company. Their growth's been over 300%. I think that's a strong buy. I think in the near future, a lot of people should be jumping on this. But it's $25.29, and the ticker symbol is KEM. So
Yeah, I see. Over, the year to date return is 67%. That's I mean, that's excellent.
yeah, it is.
Saying?
It's pretty good. I think it's a really solid company. So
Yeah, yeah. Another one from me is I like Redfin. Redfin is similar to Zillow. It's like a smaller Zillow, but it doesn't. I don't think it covers the whole United States yet. I think it covers a lot of the bigger metropolitan areas as far as listing houses, things like that. But I know they work with realtors, while Zillow, they work with realtors for like sponsoring and advertising, but Redfin actually employs realtors, I think. But they are at $24.03. I really think that, the traditional real estate market is in trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's outdated. And companies like Zillow and Redfin are coming in kind of revamping that and making it more efficient, more affordable for people to go in, list their houses, and sell their houses without the huge, 8% fee that the realtors charge. So I think in the future, Redfin, Zillow, they're going to be big. But under $25, Redfin is $24.03.
yeah, I think that's a pretty good stock too. My next one is pretty much is Super Microcomputers. I think that's personally, I think any stock that has to do with microchips and stuff like that is a buy in my opinion. It's at 25.75. You know what I mean? When I first heard of it, it was at like $16. I personally, tell you the truth, I think this is one of those companies that has a great chance to enter the IT realm. Basically it's like servers and technology. It'll be really good for small businesses. Getting an IT person, that's like, it's like 80, 90 grand. So I feel like that could definitely cut out a lot of the major bills that technology has a strain on a business. So I personally think this could be a great way to get yourself in early. That's why I see. What do you think, Cam? Did you take a look at it? It's called
Yeah, I just took a look at it. I have to read up on it some more. I know year to date it's up 23%. So I mean,
That's,
it's on the
yeah, the
right
ticker
path.
symbols. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I forgot to give out the ticker symbol. SMCI.
Yeah, SMCI. Yep. So moving on, another one I like. I guess it's going to be bundled 2 in 1, because sometimes I like to look at sectors too, different like market sectors that's going to explode or that I feel like are going to explode. And I've been a fan of 3D printing for a while, for a few years.
Yeah.
I used to own MTLS and DDD. I used to own both of them. I forgot what price I owned DDD at. I know I ended up selling it at a loss, but MTLS, I know I bought that at about $11 or something and sold it like 13 because it really wasn't going anywhere. But I do like both of those companies because I think that 3D has so much potential in the medical field, also in the automotive field. In the medical field, I've heard of people, needing a new arm or new leg or something, and it's 3D printed. So if you could 3D print car parts, limbs, I feel like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think in the future, this is the very beginning of that type of 3D printing technology. If you could get in early, that would be excellent. Right now, DDD is at $14.30, MTLS at $13.06. So Under 25, I feel like they have growth potential. DDD though, they did fall from like all the way down from like $50 to like $9 though. I didn't take that much of an L. I took an L from it may have been from like 15 down to like 12 or something like that. But they did take a dive. But that was in the early days. You can get in right now. I think for cheap. I really do think this technology is going to be a future play. What you think, Kenny?
I think pretty much I'm a big fan. I'm the same with you, man. I'm a big fan of 3D, like printing like limbs, 3D metals. I'm a big fan. I
Yeah.
first got into DDD at $8. I think Cam was asking me about it after it hit like $20, and he said he's gonna get himself in also. But I'm a big fan of those things, and I think though I feel like those stocks are so underrated, and I'm not even gonna like those are one of those stocks where like those have a serious purpose, those have like a service to society. But the thing with them is that everything they do, definitely with like medical and stuff like that, and if you're trying to get in, they have FDA approving.
Yeah.
Like the 3D printing is great and all for regular stuff, but like the real money maker is gonna be in the medical.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
That's where the real money maker is gonna be. Like you're gonna make money in regular 3D printing, but like what I mean, real money maker, like when you buy a biotech stock and they get FDA approved and they go from $8 to $200 overnight.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's when you're like, if you had like 200 shares, that's when you're freaking out, But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the 3D medical stuff, like the arms, they gotta get it FDA approved, and that's what kills a lot of the stuff, because it has to not make people sick, and it has to be almost for everybody. You know what I mean? At least 90% of people has to be able to use it. It can't even be less than that,
Right.
And that's the thing with it. And those stocks, it makes it really hard to stick in with them because there's so much. It's more than the average up and downs.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you. I think though, if they end up figuring it out, this could be real big, man.
Yeah. Oh, huge. Because that'll change the game. I'll definitely change the game.
Yeah.
That'll be a major game changer, and that would really set the way for how things are done. You know what I mean? I guarantee you they'll get a military contract off rip.
That's the first thing I was thinking about was
like stuff like that gets military contracts like that. And that's how you. And once you get a military contract, that's how you start making billions.
Yeah, that's the same as a government contract, basically.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean? So, Global Medical REIT is a basically a real estate investment company based for medical. They build medical facilities and lease them out. When I first heard of them, there was like $7.50. I think they're like $9 and something. I honestly think this is a strong buy. I think people should get involved because more people, more medical facilities.
Yeah.
Just this year alone, there's been over almost 1,000 medical facilities that was built around the country. From small to big. I think this is huge. Medical is one of those necessary. More people, they're gonna need more space. I think this is going to be one of those things that's going to be a big hit. Once they start getting going, once they start showing themselves, I feel like right now they're still, undervalued, but they're still not showing what they really can do. So I'm hoping like maybe later in the future, they'll start showing what their plans are and, where they're planning to attack. So the sticker symbol is GMRE.
Right.
So, they're pretty good. I think their 52-week high was $10.25, and then their 52-week low was like $6.34.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. One thing that stands out to me is the 8.76% dividend they pay. Now, I don't know how sustainable that is because the market cap is 197 million. But if they paying that,
Yeah, and you got to understand with real estate companies, like they're really good about giving dividends, but they're also really phenomenal about taking them away.
yeah, but
You know what I mean? They're phenomenal about taking them away because, when the market goes down and the real estate is not doing good, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's horrible to be in a real estate company, man. It'll be horrible. But I believe like a medical company, they're more likely to survive that because, like, for instance, if they're renting out a giant hospital and in a building that's full of doctors and stuff like that, you know what I mean? They have surgery in that building. They're less likely to move. They're more likely to just keep making the same rent.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're less likely to take hits and stuff like that. So they're more likely going to survive. Now, I'm not going to say they're not going to take hits, but I'm saying that think about it. You're in the medical field. You have more. There's some protection there. The only reason why I never suggest real estate stocks because it's really a hit or miss. You know what I mean? But I think this medical real estate stock is pretty good. I think just for the fact that it does serve a purpose, I feel like this is something you can go in there. It's cheap now. It's not like $60, $70 like most real estate stocks, but it's cheap. You can make a good profit. Let it get to $15 and sell it. Whatever you guys want to do.
Right. My last one, man, that I want to talk about is Groupon. Now, I used to have Groupon.
I still have it.
Yeah, I used to have Groupon. Man, I forgot what price I had it at, but man, it
was at 3 something.
Yeah, it had exploded up to like 5 something. I didn't sell it, and then it went back down, and I ended up selling it at I think it was like $4.65. It might have been like in December I sold it, but I think I want to get back in, because I just like. I think that those kind of sites like the Groupons, I think Ebates, stuff like that. I think people are starting to warm up to that. Like the younger generation, they're starting to warm up to that, and I think there's some growth potential there. But Groupon, man, it's been stuck in this $4.50, $4.80, $4.80, $4.50 area for months. That's what I don't like. But I it's below. No, it's not below the price where I sold it at. But if it got down to somewhere closer to $4 or something, I think I would probably try to get back in. But it really has been stuck in this area. But I do think, in the long term, there's some growth potential there.
Yeah, I'm with you on Groupon. That's for sure.
So you got anything else, Kenny?
I got one more, man. It's a pharmaceutical company. It's SNSS. I'm not, I'm not really like putting biotech stock out there, but it's $2.11 right now. The only reason why I'm willing to tell you guys about it, I personally think it's gonna be worth something in the future. Right now it's not that much. But the growth that it's had so far has been pretty good. So I'm hoping, like later in during their clinical stages, they'll actually get later on be FDA approved. Yeah, they're doing small molecule therapy for serious diseases like cancer, HIV, autism, all that stuff. So they're trying to figure out what makes a kid have autism right when they're born. See if they could stop it before they're born. But it's a long shot, but you never know. This could be the one that does work. But
it's
everything at the end of the day is FDA approved.
Yeah, I was
So,
about to say,
like I
it
said,
sounds like one of those, get FDA approved and you're going to be, you know, riding around in that Ferrari or something. But
yeah, yeah, that's really it, man. That's what biotech stocks is all about. And I know people that's all they do is trade biotech stocks.
uh-huh.
And I met one guy. What's that company called? When they used to, you get like if you have allergic reaction, you take an EpiPen. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah, I remember that company. I don't
He
know the
was
name of it,
telling
though.
me he got it at when it was like $1.50, and he sat on that stock for 6 years. He said over those 6 years, he accumulated over 9,000 shares. Then when it came out, it got FDA approved, it like exploded to like $80, $90. Then it got to like 150, then he sold it. You know what I mean? He sold like half of his shares, and then I think it got reached like 400. I'm not really sure, and he told me he sold it there. So it's really there's people that just sit out there just looking for biotech stocks and looking to see how close they are, how far along from FDA approved. You know, so it's really just a hit or miss with these, but when they do hit, they do make you a lot of money.
Right, right. So, man, I think we gave out some pretty solid picks for everyone who's trying to, start investing, maybe looking for a new investment that is kind of on the cheap. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Camboni11, CAMBONI11. That's my handle and everything, Instagram, whatever. And make sure you hit us up, join our Facebook chat. What about you, Kenny?
Mine is Kenny Collins 23. You can hit me up anywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, same thing. I try to, you know what I mean, I try to help anybody that asks for questions and stuff like that. I think this one lady, I can't remember her name, she said that if we could talk about something, I completely forgot to talk about it. But yeah, shoot us requests, man. Stuff that you would like to hear us bring up. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people like to hear opinion on different stocks and how we would trade them.
Right, right. So, yeah, man. So, until next week, we'll see you. Peace.
Peace.